Good morning. Today is September 6th, 2013, and this is the weekend review. I think it's safe to talk about the weather. The temperatures have stabilized. The nighttime temperatures have started to maintain they're in the 60s and 70s, but mostly in the 60s. So I'm comfortable talking about the weather again, knowing that fall is just around the corner. But as I mentioned last week, can't turn our back, can't let our guard down, because summer will try to hang on as long as it possibly can. In fact, next week the 10-day forecast has humidity returning and highs in the 80s, 88 degrees next week, and no chance of significant rainfall. So we'll be dealing with high humidity, some high temps, and no rain. So the no rain is okay. We have an irrigation system that can take care of that. That's the good part. We have a state-of-the-art irrigation system that was installed during our project. That's great to deliver the water. The bad news, unfortunately, is the creek is dry. We aren't able to pump any water from the creek anymore to recharge our irrigation pond, and our well pump that we have on site doesn't provide enough water to recharge the pond as quickly as we draw from it during these low humidity and dry times. So what we resorted to is we have a city water feed that goes into our irrigation pond, and we've been forced to turn that on. That's an expensive proposition, but we just have to have it right now because we are pumping water as fast as we can every day because of the current conditions with low humidity and breeziness and just no rain. So I think all the courses in the areas and most of your yards could benefit from a nice 1-inch soaking rain with about 60 or 70 degrees. So it seems like that's all we're asking for. All of us superintendents, we're not happy with it being too hot. It's too cold. It's too dry. It's too wet. But I think if we were all in charge of the weather, it would be fantastic. But that's where we are with the weather. The Blue 9, as I mentioned before, has been seeded and aerified, and we are seeing significant germination. The areas are going to remain on the cart path. I appreciate your patience with that, but we need to give those seedlings and also the areas that we are keeping wet and moist, that are what we call a pre-germinating state before the seed starts to pop. They're very delicate, so we need to limit as much cart traffic and maintenance traffic as we possibly can. So we will get you off the path as soon as we can. But we want to make sure that those seedlings have the best chance to not only survive but to thrive. So the seeding process of the rough was suspended. As I mentioned, it was suspended this week so that the crew could install some sod. They were able to install 8,000 square feet of sod over the course of 3 days, primarily focusing on bunker noses, areas where we had a little bit of damage, and some walk-on and walk-offs of some of the areas from cart paths to greens. We also took care of the approach on 3 white leading up to the green. We removed the ryegrass from there. It just was not a sustainable turf there, and we sodded that with turf type tall fescue, which will be a much better system, and it will tie in with the green surround much better. And I think that you all will really like that. So let's see what else. The bridge matting, the traction matting was ordered. I was supposed to be in by mid this week. It's now Friday of this week, and I have not received it. I was told that it will be here by Wednesday or Thursday of next week at the latest. With that being said, we won't be able to install this product next week. It'll have to wait until after greens aerification, which will be the following week. So it'll be a two-week push on the traction matting on the bridges. So We will try to, if we can squeeze that in somewhere along the way, we will, but I don't want to start it and have it halfway finished, just for safety purposes, because we're going to have to strip the old um, traction stripping off of there, and I don't want to leave it bare and have an issue with possibly somebody slipping. So we will be on that. That will be on the docket first thing following greens aerification. Well, that's our update for this week. As always, enjoy the golf course. Enjoy your weekend. The weather's going to be fantastic, and I will see you next week.